go discover what the possibilities are. Like, so many people have so many pieces of clothing and they're not styling themselves. And if you don't know how to style, that's why you need to go and play. I'm so heavy on this. This is like one of the main points I want to stress. Go play in your. Last year I bought only 5 pieces of clothing. 365 days, only 5 pieces of clothing. No, I don't think I'm better than everyone. Technically, yes, JK. But because I started asking myself why I wanted more.
Consumerism is the perfection of slavery. This is such an interesting conversation.
I had just gotten back from spending a year in Japan and then also spending almost 2 months in Paris. And of course, I went shopping when I was there. Entering 2024, I was just like,
Kind of weird that everyone in our generation is brought up and brainwashed into this capitalistic mindset, and most people are unaware of this very system and its grip on our everyday choices, our goals, our way of thinking, and ultimately the way we live our lives.
So much to unpack in that intro. First, if you're new here, welcome. I'm Gigi, geligurl. And if you're a reoccurring subscriber, welcome. Hi, it feels good to be back, my Belais. I hope I've been missed. I know I have. Some of you have been sending me messages, and thank you so much. And I also met another one of you in public, so like in real life. So yeah, just come and say hi to me. I'm always looking forward to meeting you guys, and I'm really always surprised because I have such a small number of followers, but still going strong. The idea of over-consuming has been ingrained in us.
And you don't need the latest beauty drop just because somebody on TikTok told you you do. Get out of my face. We need to start thinking for ourselves, girls, not being influenced by these dank influencers.
Especially with the rise of social media, making everyone kind of like monolithic in their and homogenous in their styling and in their dressing and in what they're consuming, and it makes so much sense though. It makes a lot of sense, guys. We're not coming for everyone. This is a safe space, but it's just like, even though you're aware of your toxicity, it doesn't make it better. Like, we have to do better. We have to physically do better. Like, if you know you're sick, like, go take the medication. You know what I mean? And so how I was able to overcome this kind of sickness and overconsumption mindset, I definitely was spending a lot less time on social media, and that really made a bigger impact than I thought it would on my consumption. I'm not the type of person to buy because someone else has it, but if I see something that's niche and I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah, that's what I would be saying. I think it wants me back to nature. It's been pulling on my hair all day. I've been sitting at the beach for like 3 hours now. I love being in the sun. I love going in the water. I'm going into water later today. Getting off the internet, like if I see something that's super niche and just like discovering that little thing, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to get it. And my For You page, the little things I was seeing, I was so subconsciously like, oh my gosh, when am I gonna see this again? I need it. And that was like everything in my wardrobe. The uniqueness of it was definitely a selling point to me. And being on social media, being aware, like, you know, when they're like niche and chic and niche is all the same, but if something's so chic and niche, then it's not chic and niche, because now we're massively like aware of that thing. So I think that's what was happening early 2024 for me. And because I was in Japan, like I was seeing this stuff like IRL, so I was just like cop left, right, and center, like Japanese denim, yes, yes. You know, handmade, yes, yes. Parisian fashion, yes, yes. Putting all of that in perspective now, and like early 2024, it's just way too much to keep consuming at that level and at that impact. And I'm just super grateful because like financially I was like pretty stable at that time.
And the reality is, this is not a cute little quirk. Guys, we are driving ourselves into debt. It's anxiety. It's feeling like your closet is bursting with BS, but you still feel like you have nothing to wear. It's packages showing up at your front door that you literally forgot you ordered because you ordered them on TikTok Shop with one eye open, buying them in installments of 4 payments. After pay, get out of my face.
The broader perspective of it was like that's not good.
Buy now, pay later apps. Pay now, later over time. Life short. Why wait when you can have something right now, right away? I'm talking about your Afterpays, Affirms, PayPals, and Klarna, who's pretty trendy these days. They can't be all that bad if celebrities like Paris Hilton and A$AP Rocky are endorsing it, who probably have more money in their bank accounts than the entirety of people using these apps. They've spent a lot of marketing dollars targeting Gen Zs, who tend to engage in impulsive behaviors when it comes to money and are known to love anything that makes life more convenient. A casual convo is them telling you they paid for their DoorDash with Afterpay, then bought a new perfume using their tab with Affirm after using Klarna to buy $1,000 Coachella tickets, skipping over the fact they haven't even started paying for the Chipotle burrito they ate a year ago. Feels like money isn't real anymore. It's just a concept we've made up in our head.
And with the social media aspect, because I do make fashion videos, you always want to be presenting something new, and that was never on my mind, but I did see myself falling into that pattern early 2022 when I was launching my brand, making videos about my brand, dating my ex at the time, and like he's also into fashion, so constantly getting new pieces and stuff like that, and then flipping them, understood that aspect of it. Yeah, it just made sense why I was in this mindset and why so many people are in this mindset. And the only way to get out of it is really if you don't have that self-control, which a lot of people don't, because look at all the videos that have been out about overconsumption and we're still here talking about it. So I think there just needs to be a better way to tackle this, and this may not be the best way, but I hope it gives some perspective on like you can style your clothes. Be super conscious about your purchases and be super conscious about your purchases.
Proof that Zara hates its customers. Just look at this dress, for example. You're telling me they couldn't bother to protect your skin from the sequins, especially around super sensitive areas like your neck? Look at all that exposed sequin on your lower back. That's going to irritate you all night. Another example here, lots of sequins exposed to super sensitive areas like the back of your neck, and exposed sequins at the bottom of these shorts. If you're wearing stockings, say goodbye to them. This is an example of a store that cares about their customers, because you see here, no exposed sequins, nothing in contact with your skin. Even H&M can do it, because look at this dress. They put extra fabric so that there's no sequins touching your direct skin. And on this top too, see that little piece of fabric? That's what you're looking for.
Where do we go from here? So it makes sense why so many people on social media like buying the Pumas, buying this, buying that. Like it's very homogenous culture, and it's telling you that you can monetize this. Is telling you like this is what people want to see. The algorithm is so heavy-handed in all of this, and I think like we can blame AI, guys. It's okay. We can blame the algorithms. It's okay, but it's time for us to take accountability for our actions in this court and law of this day and age. That being said, coconuts in Barbados. Walking you through the year, a lot of people would ask me, because I go to a lot of shops and pop-ups and stuff like that. And oh my gosh, like this looks so good on you. Why don't you get it? Are you getting this? And I would have to like tell them. And there was a little bit of shame behind that. Not shame, but I felt like a little bit wary to say like, hey, I'm not buying anything, even though it looks absolutely amazing on me. Oh my gosh, I got so scared. This child is flying a kite and it looks like a bird, but it's not, and that scared me because it's in bright colors and it was so low. That being said, ADHD and I'm at the beach, very not a good combo, but it's more calming than being inside, because go touch grass. Not shame, but embarrassment. I felt a little bit embarrassed, but I would still stand 10 toes down and tell them, even if my face is turning pink, yes, our face can turn pink, y'all. I'm not buying anything this year. Like, I'm really styling my pieces and taking time to see what my closet has to offer me. And once you get over telling your friends that, or like the people around you that you're no longer spending money on clothes this year, it grounds you. It grounds you a lot to even stand more in your purpose. And don't beat yourself up if you don't. A few months into 2025, I bought my first piece and I was with my friend and I was just like, I really need this. And like, I need it. It's amazing. And I know I'm going to wear it nonstop. And that's exactly what happened. I'm actually sitting on the first piece I bought in 2024. Not beating yourself up when you do want to make a purchase. Mull it over. You've already been like super aware about your purchasing habits and like where your money is going, especially like towards fashion and stuff like that. Then it's fine if you buy a piece, right? Like that was my mindset going in. Like I was never limiting myself. It wasn't about deprivation. It was more about the curiosity behind my current closet collection. Yes, the pieces I would buy or spend money on, because I know that I could not go a year without buying anything. Maybe that's the next challenge. But really putting in perspective, when I did come across something I really, really wanted, I would leave it at the shop. And if it was meant to be, like, let's say by the end of the week or something, I would go and get it. Like, if it was still on my mind. And I know people say that all the time, but these tricks really help. Because for me, I can only speak for me. Everything I wear looks really, really good on me. It doesn't matter if it's my aesthetic or not. Like, if you put it on my body, like, if you didn't know me and that's just what I started wearing, like, you would be like, oh my God, she looks so good in that. And so it wasn't about whether the piece looked good on me anymore and whether it fit well on my body type. When I'm walking into the shop, I'm already knowing that shit's gonna look amazing on me. It's not about that, because then that's how I was shopping when I was in Japan and Paris, basically. Like, look good, I was like, this is mine. That just kept happening over and over again, and then I left with 4 fucking suitcases from Japan filled with clothes, technically 5, because things just looked so good on me and I kept buying it. After coming to that realization that things will look good on you regardless, you're in a new headspace. Even if the clerk is talking to you and saying, oh my gosh, this looks really good on you, it doesn't matter, because you already went in thinking things would look good on you. Now it's just like, do you really need this piece? Do you really want this piece? And by want, let's not use want. Do you really need this piece? How is it contributing to your closet? Are you just buying it for that season? Are you just buying it for that moment? These are all questions that were coming through my head 2024. It played a really big part in shaping me today. And I'm super grateful for that. If people were to think more consciously in that way, that you will look good in the clothes that you try on in the shop, you don't need to buy it. You don't need to feel peer pressure. You know you have money. That was another thing, it's just knowing you're that girl. You don't need to question whether you're that girl or not if someone pulls it up in your face. You walk into a Gucci store, you walk into Louis Vuitton, you don't need them to peer pressure you or make you feel some type of way, let alone they don't even want you to buy nothing because they're being so rude already, and I don't like giving rude people my customer service. Would go to vintage shopping or something like that, and I'm in there for 2.5 hours. Did I buy anything? No, I didn't. She's moving too much. Guys, the sand on my ass is numb. I really became and sat in the awareness that I'm not going to buy. When I first started, I was just I'm not going to the stores because if I see it, I'm gonna buy it. If I see it, I'm gonna buy it. If it looks good on me and I see it, I'm gonna buy it. Hands down, no one's gonna stop me. Fashion is such a big part of my identity, my life, who I am. That was deprivation. That was me depriving myself. It's actually insane, and that didn't last long. I ended up going to the shops. I didn't buy anything, and I'm so grateful I didn't, because then it would have been just girl, you were depriving and then you bounce back and now you on crack. I started allowing myself to go to the shops just to try on, and I was spending 2.5 hours there. I just like to style clothing. I just like to do those kinds of things. I think if people went in with that mindset that you can walk into a shop or go to a place, not buy, just take it off your head, pull it out your bag, leave that at home, just enjoying the shopping experience, I would recommend. That's so much better. Then you're talking to the clerks, and you let them know your philosophy and sharing what you're doing, and people are oh my gosh, that's really great, because you have so much more willpower than me. And then you tell them no, this is me without willpower. This is me just coming in because I'm just so deprived, and I don't want to be in a deprivation state that's going to trigger something else and force me to buy all this stuff, because when you feel deprived, you're gonna lash out. Those were the kinds of tips I would say helped me when I was first starting off, and allowing me to maintain not purchasing anything. Also, the sun, I feel it's getting super bright. There's been an influx, and I keep mentioning this because I was so taken aback and shocked by the prevalence of this. The Shein in the thrift stores.
You know what I hate about thrifting? When you spot this beautiful, funky, and colorful sweater, and then of course you check the collar for the label, and there is none, and you assume the absolute best, of course, and then you want to check for the material, and yeah, no thanks.
Guys, if that's not overconsumption at its finest, I don't know what is. The Princess Polly's, the Sheyens, I don't even know all those random ass brands from China and people marketing it as something different. Like, it's actually crazy.
Just because a fast fashion brand decides to take photos on a brand backdrop does not mean their clothes are good quality. This crop trench is selling for $200. The lapels are not even the same size. The belt screams cheap. You see that square on the shoulder? It's not even a square. It looks like an inverted trapezoid. This photo emphasizes the asymmetry in the garment, and it kind of looks like someone took it with an iPhone. And of course, it's mostly polyester. This trench is $265. The shoulders are supposed to be padded, but this does not look padded. There's not enough structure here. And you see when the garment is off the model and off that brown backdrop, it just does not look that impressive. And again, it's mostly polyester. The next dress we're gonna look at is $150. This here is a red flag that gave me on the back. That should be laying flat. This dress is $165. When you see an elastic on the back like that, that's a cheap way to make sure the garment fits most people. There's nothing neat, nothing tidy about this garment. These hems are rolling over when they should not be. So don't get fooled. The photos might look different, but the clothes are the same.
The quality of the clothing has gone down significantly in both fast fashion and quality fashion, and people have been speaking about this so much. It's not even about the price tag at this point. Are you even getting quality for what you're buying?
So for those of you that aren't aware, Wisdom K went to the Miu Miu store. He spent $18,000, came back home, was unboxing stuff on TikTok, and things were breaking. Zippers breaking, buttons snapping off the garments, and all those kind of things. I think for me, it does sometimes surprise me that in 2025, people are still surprised that these things happen. I mean, I literally have a video on YouTube from 7 months ago where I was making fun of Miu Miu's prices and talking about how ridiculous it is. And I know I've mentioned this book so many times at this point, but I have to bring it back again because I have a new audience on Instagram and TikTok every single day. Go and read this book by Dana Thomas called How Luxury Lost Its Luster.
So many people just buy it for the trend.
Just because it's expensive doesn't mean it's good quality. This blazer is poly, viscose, cotton, and elastane. And it's dry clean only. This is their standout blazer. I have the same blazer in wool in my closet. But they used to make this in wool and now they're using poly. The only reason I would buy a poly blazer if it's machine washable or if it's wrinkle resistant. This one's obviously not machine washable. Thumbs down. They have so many of these chiffon dresses and they're all made from 100% polyester. But if I were looking for a dress, I would actually buy this because poly is actually an affordable option to make chiffon fabric like this. Otherwise, silk might cost you 2-3 times as much. Their sweat fleece is hit or miss. You can see this one's already pilling on the inside. That fleece part right there. I personally prefer a French terry like this that does not pill. But if you like that fluffy fleece feeling, you don't mind it pilling like that, this might be a reasonable option. And the poly mixed with cotton makes it fluffier. But I would not buy sweat sets that were less than 75% cotton.
Buy it for that quick moment, for that quick experience, occasion, and then just give it away. How sustainable do you guys think that really is? Like, think about the choices you're making and the quality of the clothes that you're putting on your body, the chemicals that could be seeping in.
Walk me through your fit and tell me how much everything costs. These are from Shein, fake pneumonia. These are in this Indian store in the Bronx. I got these from the same place, Dawn from Victoria's Secret. Shein. I got this from My Unique in the Bronx. Shein, Goodwill. I got this from Shein as well.
You're not even getting quality with the pieces anymore. So then what are you even buying the chemicals that you're putting on your skin for those cheap pieces that you're getting and what you're supporting?
This is why Shein is the best. They pay their workers as little as 4 cents per item and make them work up to 18-hour days. So their items are super affordable. Shein has the best designs, and that is because they simply steal from small businesses. Shein adds up to 2,000 new items to their website every day, so they always have the trendiest stuff because they don't care about perpetuating throwaway fashion culture and have no regard for their impact on the planet.
I know all the other consumption videos talk about these kinds of things and it wasn't getting through to you guys, but if you want to take a selfish approach to this, what type of chemicals are you putting on your skin? You know, all the bad stuff, the poor quality made. That tree is so beautiful. Clothing items that you're putting on your skin, and yes, some pieces come from Aritzia, yes, some pieces come from like whatever shop. They're still poor quality regardless of the price tag.
Small collection. So it seems like Aritzia's trying to tell us that oversized blazers are out and super snatched ones are in. Getting Mugler wannabe. I tried it on just for fun and it was super constricting in the middle and I wasn't able to move my arms as much. And this composition is just embarrassing. Who remembers when they used to be made from wool? And is this a fair price for a mostly polyester blazer? I don't think so. The lining is done pretty well though, but there really shouldn't be fraying at the buttonholes already. We already know how we feel about this rib fabric. They snag. And again with the cheesy pleather items. Aritzia's really falling off. I was not impressed with this round.
My friend reached out to me when I was commenting on this, I think like a year ago or 2 years ago, and she's like, you know what, Gigi, some people don't have it like that and we shouldn't shame them. There's no shame in any of this. It's addressing it and we're talking about it, and that really put me in perspective because she's right. A lot of people don't have the funds for this, but at the same time, you need to be able to understand the consequences of your actions. And if you're supporting child labor, you're supporting chemicals on your body, you're single-handedly funding all of these things to continue and perpetuating the system which we live in. The coconut tree does not fall far from the coconut does not far from the Kamala Harris, y'all. Kamala Harris. So let me briefly touch on like the pieces that I did buy. All the 5 pieces I selected, it was more of a curation. These pieces were part of a bigger collection of things that I knew I would revisit, reinterpret. Oh my god, I'm so scared. It's getting kind of busy out here. Really took time, and I waited like a week before going back to make the purchase, and if it wasn't there, I developed a detachment to pieces that I was trying on So I wouldn't be like, oh my god, I'm so sad. Why did I buy this at the time? If I had a piece that I felt like that toward, I'd be like, this has to be one of the pieces I do purchase. We need to learn the joy of storytelling through our pieces. It was conscious consumption, reinterpretation, reimagination. Another tip I would say is buying modular pieces of clothing. If it's like a baggy tube top, that shit could be a skirt. If that shit's a skirt, that could be a top. This crow is back, y'all. Just buying pieces that you can play with. Like, I use this wristband, so many different things. I think what was happening was like, let me support this other artist and like give them my coin because like I support that and I love that. But that's still overconsumption. And I was like, I can make this. Another tip, have you tried making, I know, I don't want to hear it. This is not for everyone, but this is for the creative girlies. Make my own rendition of it, make my own piece of it. This top I made. The skirt I'm wearing now, I made. Just all of these things helped me during 2024. It was more of like, how do I want this to fit on my body and how can I make that work for me? So from curation, moving away from just consuming, having trust within yourself and building that trust by doing such small things every time, like going to the shop and not buying, really builds that trust up within yourself and allows you to move forward even more confidently. I think a lot of people don't like going in stores anymore. They don't like going in stores anymore, and so they're not having that chance to play and they just order. My friend, she never tries anything on. This is what she tells me. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is such a cute sweater on you. She's like, yeah, I bought this online, didn't even try it on, but I love this brand, yada yada yada. I'm like, what do you do if you don't like it? And she's like, yeah, like if it's past the date, like I can't really do anything about it and I just have it. Y'all, I love her to bits and pieces. I really do. But this is not the way. I wouldn't advise anyone to do that. Most people don't like shipping things back. It's just such a hassle. The majority of people won't. And if they can't resell it, it's literally just sitting in your closet and then you're gonna buy more because you're still looking for a piece. So like, curation is such a big takeaway from this video. I would say curation, building trust within yourself, and like play go to the stores and play. This is the alternative to like be over consuming. Shane is in the thrift stores. It just doesn't make sense. Go back into the stores and try on the pieces. Go try on your size. Facebook Marketplace is great. Like, shop within your local like communities and stuff like that. Love a Facebook Marketplace find. These types of things really help with overall making the year feel so much better and you building confidence and standing 10 toes down in that, hey, I'm not really buying anything this year unless something really jumps out at me and speaks to me. But even then, I don't think I need to. Another talking point I want to mention, also, sorry if this video is all over the place. I didn't want to structure this. I never felt like I had less. I felt like I had more because I knew the pieces I had and the possibilities of the modular clothing, the modularity that could come from it. Talking to people throughout the year, explaining like what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. So many people were like, but like I see this, da 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 da. Just nonsense. You see, I can't even remember what they were saying, and that's why I wrote it down to remember, jog my memory. But you never feel like you have less. Never feel like you have less. I find that so many people with their current closets feel like they don't have anything. They don't know what to wear. You have a closet full of clothes and you don't like anything, or you don't wear anything, or you don't have anything to wear. Go play in your fucking closet. Sorry, there's an ant crawling on me. Ants at the beach, y'all? I don't like that. That should be a crime. I don't, ugh. I love how I'm an outdoors girly. I be hiking and shit like that. But it's always the ants that get me at the beach, ain't it? Ain't it? Why you feel like you have less in your closet, your current closet, is because you're not playing in it. So go play, go try, go discover what the possibilities are. Like, so many people have so many pieces of clothing and they're not styling themselves. And if you don't know how to style, that's why you need to go and play. I'm so heavy on this. This is like one of the main points I want to stress. Go play in your wardrobe. I do have such a curiosity for fashion and styling pieces and really playing. Like growing up, I've always, when they say you get it from your mama, like I was literally in my mom's heels as she's getting ready to go out with her friend. My mom's always encouraging me to take photos, and it's just like such a fun time and everyone's just there. So I've always had this ritualistic practice with like getting ready and trying new things and experimenting while you're with your girlfriends or even by yourself.